Dear God, I know I'm a sinner. Pray forgive me for my wrongdoing.
911, do you need police, fire, or ambulance?
Yeah, I'm dying.
What do you mean you're dying? What's going on?
2511 Visto, I'm dying.
2511?
Visto, Palm Bay.
What's going on?
I'm dying. I got shot, man. I'm dying.
Where did you get shot?
Man, I don't know, man. I'm bleeding my chest, man. I'm dying. Come on.
We already have somebody on the way.
All right.
Don't hang up on me yet. Where are you exactly?
I'm on my patio laid out, man. This is it. Oh, my God.
Give me a second.
Who am I? That's a question I ask myself every day. I mean, when I look in the mirror, I see myself and I wonder, what do I see? And today's society, in this generation we in, the world we in, a man's success is based on how much money he has in his bank account, the shoes he has on his feet, the car he drives. So, me thinking, I want to be that person. I want to be somebody who looked as a successful person, someone who did something in their life. So, that caused me to go the route I chose. Get money any way necessary, no matter what it took. I wanted to be somebody. It was just another day. Nothing not normal, you know. Another day, another dollar. But I didn't expect it to turn out like it did. I mean, at that time I was laying on the ground, praying, God, help me. I'm dying, this is it. And I think about all the things I look back on in my life and all the things I wanted, the money, the cars. None of that mattered no more. It wasn't relevant. The only thing I was thinking about was like, man, I'm about to see God. And I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed. The life I've been living, the things that's been happening, I mean, I'm embarrassed to see him. I don't want to see him. I'm gonna be going to heaven with my head down because the life I've been living is just ugly right now. A lot of people ask me, like, what caused you to change? What makes you different? The problem is, I was plugged into the wrong source. I was plugging into people, I was plugging into things. I was trying to find my satisfaction from everybody else. It's like going to a water fountain and drinking water. You want that water, it's pure, it's clean water. But I was running to people, I was running to objects, you know. I was depending on money to satisfy me. And that's like me drinking dirty water. I was drinking toilet water, trying to quench my thirst, trying to make me happy. You know, I was drinking dirty water. I was going to people, I was depending on things for my source of satisfaction. I was trying to work for my flesh to get what I want instead of being dependent on a true source, depending on God, depending on Jesus. What was I afraid of losing? I was afraid of losing friends. I was afraid of losing, you know, the things that satisfied me at that time. I like going out to the club, I like drinking, I like smoking. Those things would make me feel comfortable. That was the source of my satisfaction. And at that time, that was just what made me happy. That defined me, that was who I was. What happened is, I didn't know my true identity. I didn't know who I was. I was having an identity crisis. Some people say, what did it cost me to make the transition? And I say, at that moment in time, when I was plugged in to all those things, when I was drinking that dirty water, I was dependent on that. But yes, I was afraid of losing it, but I didn't understand that when I changed, when I became fully dependent on God, that I wouldn't desire those things no more. I mean, I'm not perfect, I'm still in the transition, but I'm allowing God to make me and mold me how he wants me to be so I could be that perfect person. I mean, he wants us to be good people. He wants us to have success. He wants good things for us. And sometimes we think like, why did he do that to us? Why did God allow that to happen? The thing is, we did that to ourselves. We're the ones who put ourselves in those situations, and all he wants to do is help us. We're in the water drowning, we're drinking this contaminated water, and all he wants to do is pull us out to get us back. And sometimes those situations, those circumstances is what it usually takes to have us realize what we truly need, what's important. A lot of people ask me, I mean, was it worth it? Like everything you've been through, for you to go through all that to come to be who you are now, was it worth it? Yeah, it was worth it. I mean, I would take those shots all over again for me to have the realization and the understanding. I used to think that I would pray at night and God wouldn't hear me because he ain't want nothing to do with me. I mean, I'm dirty, look at me. He's ashamed of me. He don't want nothing to do with me. When we think that God is up there, but really he's in our hearts. And we don't realize that. So we go along in our lives thinking that we're separated, but really we're already together. And he's in us, and he just wants us to trust him and realize that he loves us. He just wants us to stop drinking dirty water and trusting other people and just trust him. That's all he wants from us. So how have things changed for me? I mean, things been great. I mean, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm still in transition. I'm still getting made and molded into a wonderful person. But I mean, once I became fully dependent on him, things began to change for me. I mean, I got back in school. You know, I got married. I found a woman I love. I mean, and another big situation was I had all these situations and circumstances revolving around my life, and they was kind of holding me down. They was keeping me depressed. I mean, for instance, I had a trial going on about 5 years going on now. In that before this situation happened, and it was holding me down. Like everybody's saying, man, I mean, things not looking good for you. You know, you're not gonna make it. I mean, once you get charged, you're gonna be a marked man. You're never gonna go nowhere with your life. And then I believed that because those are the people I plugged into. I was dependent on those people to make me who I was. They helped identify me. They were part of my identity. And I got to a point in my life when I was like, you know what? Regardless of what happened, regardless of whether I go to jail or, you know, something happens and I'm not healthy, I'm not gonna worry about it. You know, I'm gonna leave that in God's hand. That's not my problem, that's his problem. If he wants me to be someone, if he wanna make something of me, I'm gonna leave it up to him. So I put that in God's hands. About a month later, my phone rang, and my daddy say, Warren, you got a phone call for you. It's your lawyer. I'm like, oh man, not the lawyer. So I pick up the phone, just ready to take anything he got to tell me. He says, Merry Christmas and congratulations. I'm like, okay, what's next? He was like, congratulations, after 5 years, your court case is dropped. And I was just like, I dropped down on my knees and I was just like, God, thank you, thank you, thank you. I wasn't expecting it, but that grace was brought up on me and it was amazing. But I knew that I received that healing because I stopped trusting everybody else. I stopped being labeled. I understand my true identity. And that's all he was waiting for. He was just waiting for me just to change. He was waiting for me to understand who he was. So after that, I mean, it's just been good. I mean, like I said, God doesn't care about what we do and how bad we are. He just wants us to come to him and trust him and believe on him and say, God, this is what I have wrong with me. Can you please help me? I can't do it by myself. I need you to intercede and to help me out. God, I can't do it. That's all he wants us to do. So who I am, when I look in the mirror now, yes, I am Warren, but Warren I am. God and Warren, God is in me. And that's the message that I have for everybody who, you know, been through something, been through a hard situation, have things holding them down. You know, we need to stop drinking that dirty water, you know, depending on people and things to satisfy us. You know, that's not where our source needs to come from. It's time for us to stop being role models and start being world changers. Let's do it.